does too, and any other map that you throw at them, any other map they would like to pick, is a map that they're going to be competitive on, to say the least. So you can't sort of, catch them off in the veto or try and get a one-up on them in that part of the series, which is always going to be difficult, that they're in a comfortable territory, regardless of where you end up map-wise. And Trav, we're ending up on the map of Overpass, as you said, picked by the majority German team, Formel. Let's see how they're going to begin this series.
Let us get underway. Looking forward to seeing how Reratum play today. First time I've seen them in a live match since Valencia. So that was their first opportunity on LAN. And they were very impressive indeed as well. Mercury almost getting caught there, actually, as they make their way toward mid. Almost got caught on the edge of the bathroom wall, and here's going to have to play an off angle toward long, but they get jumped at, and of course that's very hard to hit when you've got 3 Glocks being little kangaroos coming toward you. So that's a good opening for Formal. Now they're going to slow it down and try and work something with it.
Yeah, they've also bled the 2 flashes that Advent had coming into this round. He just threw them towards long to try and buy some time, but they weren't actually able to accomplish anything with said flashes. Kaze, unfortunately, yeah, it's a kill, but it's on the low HP player of Bren, so it's going to be slowing Formal down too much. And I think Formal still want to commit to the safe bomb site. They're just putting the brakes on here, Trav, to maybe sow the seed of doubt. Although there is a change up here. Jamyang is close enough to get these audio cues though. So Mozu rotates it down. Jamyang tapping away, won't get the kill. And now Powery leads the charge into this B bomb site.
Yep, all on Mozy. Yeah, bomb's going down there and they're not checking it. And Advent's here for support as well. Veteran IGL in the right position at the right time. And now Crowny and Pulse, the German duo, have to try and do something about this. They'll probably hear the jump towards short as well. They know exactly where Crowny is too. Playing it defensively, they've now got 2 in water. As Advent advances from heaven, he will get taken down, but has taken Crowny down to 37. There's the frag from Kazi with the P2000. 1 more to find. 1 bullet needed. He's out of ammunition himself. Crowny, 22 health, can't pick up the bomb, 14 seconds. Is he thinking about saving the Kevlar already?
he had no ammo in that USP, so he had to pick up another one, gets the reload all 5 seconds, desperately wants to try and make something happen, but the only thing that happens is Mosier buries the bullet in his brain, and it is going to be him who get the first round of the map. Chaotic pistol round, though, to say the least.
Chaotic indeed. That was, again, a situation, funnily enough, like what we saw earlier, where someone almost died after time on the pistol round. Unusual. In the end, he, as you say, did need to find a new pistol. Fresh bout of ammunition. In the end, didn't really mean much. Got taken down immediately, and Kaze gets the perfect start. For him, 2 kills. 2 for Mosier as well. 1 for Advent. And that's where we're at him with the CT pistol. Formal not choosing to force without that bomb plant.
Yeah, fair enough. Couple upgraded pistols in the mix. Felt like Formal didn't really make too many mistakes in that pistol round. After getting that early bathrooms control, they try to just slow things down, which I think is the right call, because at that point the CTs are going to be questioning whether they should be committing to the rotations or not. And even though Jamyang was towards the water area there and he didn't get any kills, he just got all the information, so Rare Atom were able to rotate accordingly. Just the strength of positioning, not always just about the frags, guys. Information's important too.
Intelligence is what...
Do you know what Intel's that, Trav? Because I learned about this. It's called integrated electronics.
Gotcha.
So if you ever on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire and they pose that question to you, you'll get that one right now, Trav.
Yeah, excellent. I won't have to phone a friend anymore. Excellent.
Yeah, and I would like some sort of a share of the winnings now that I equipped you with that knowledge.
Listen, don't worry, there'll be a clause for you after that.
Lovely. This round is looking very easy right now.
It's the most unwinnable round in all of Counter-Strike history.
Yeah, just 1 HP, a Glock, no armor, no util. That's as bad as it gets, mate.
Yeah, you're not winning that unless they all disconnect simultaneously, which has not happened for many a year. It's going to be a perfect 2-0 start for Atom. And now the guns can come out for Formal. T-side start on Overpass might be rough for them. Let's see how they do with it. Of course, as we said, they are changing up from the last time they played. Getting Overpass in the mix straight away rather than starting with Inferno Mirage. Mirage will be our decider, but still.
I'm lagging and trap. I think you should.
I can hear you.
Carry until
you're coming back.
All right, there we go. I am back.
We're back.
Things are good. So against Forza, they also started on the T side, and that was an 11-4 half, by the way, in favor of Forza. And they went on to lose the map 16-12. So it goes to show that they have a pretty decent CT side behind them. So if they could, I think like 5 would be the bare minimum they're looking for here. 6 would be fantastic for Formel. Let's see what they're going to be able to accumulate here throughout the half.
Hoping that we do see a close game, of course. It was quite simple earlier. We are going to see both these two mixed teams today in these quals. We catch on and said a little bit of them in the open qualifier. Watched them against Eyeballers, and that was a pretty wild game. They lost, I think they lost Ancient 16-2 against Eyeballers, but they managed to take that 3. And that's a lovely entry from Brenz. As he on the tight angle with the MP9. That's a really nice entry as well. As you say, he was from Tranquillium, of course. That roster that had one of my friend's old teammates on it, Shield, the AWPer. Quite an impressive player. At the moment, looks like they're going to be impressive enough to take this round as well. Django can't get anything done. Lots of movement by Advent with the MP9, and it catches off Brenz. Back into a 2v2. He's out of ammunition, though. Tags Tricky down to 52. And just like that, it's all down to Crownie. 1 versus 2. Puts the first player on top of default, takes him down, but 9 health to spare. And Kaze is creeping up. Goes for the pre-fire, though, and hits it. Classic Crownie. First round on the board.
Oh man, I thought he might. I think he just spotted a tiny part of Kaze's arm there or something, because he just immediately dialed in and had that information, right? Able to get the kill, and Formel are on the board as a result. I mean, it was a really nice entry that came through from Brents there to get Mosier towards short, and that kind of set things in motion for them to work into that B bomb side. Some good trading comes through from the T side as well, and it works out in the end. Nice little 1 versus 2 clutch for Crownie.
Well played. That's a huge round to win as well. Losing to the bonus spy is always something that you can't really afford to do early on your T side.
That's true. They did lose a lot of players, though.
They did, yeah. Scout look on Tricky, so... Parry.
There's the open play as well for Kaze. Yeah, so bit of a deficiency in weaponry here for the T side. Crownie taking some damage through the smoke. Some returned onto Mercury, so... no harm, no foul. Kaze maintains his position even though he gets blinded up, and there we go. Orb trumps the scout. No surprise there, Trav.
Indeed. And Mercury's got a really nice off angle as well. That's a position you really don't see played too much, and he even gets a third from it as well. And that's something that we spoke a lot about in Valencia, actually, right? Like, this team is, I feel like it's one of the main reasons it's doing so well at the moment. It's not just the talent they have on this roster, not just the experience they have on this roster, but some of their CT setups are very, very hard to predict. Very sort of new almost. I feel very fresh.
Yeah.
And that angle for Mercury, right? You don't usually see someone just sitting there like that in the open with an off angle checking in bathrooms and banana. He has support from teammates as well with flashes, with Kaze at the back of the site. So, yeah, good stuff.
Trav, and I think that's just that comes down to different regions and how they approach the game, right? And that's why it's so awesome to see different regions competing against each other, because you get different flavors of Counter-Strike, and it's always fun to see how they mix and match. So, yeah, I'm right there with you, mate. Worked out perfectly on that occasion there for Mercury. It was quite a gambit, though, for Crownie and Pulse G to phase through the smoke like they did there. Sort of stacked on top of each other. No flashbang over the top. That's, it is a big gamble to make in that sense. And it didn't work out. In fact, it cost them heavily. And now they've got a bit of an awkward situation where Brents isn't going to have any cash, and the rest of the team's going to take an eco. So next round, he's not going to have enough money to buy, but everybody else will. And this is, sort of why people often don't really prefer saving on the T side in these types of situations.
Yeah, it's true. He hasn't got a helmet either, so very susceptible to these 4M4s. The insta headshot. And yeah, it's something that my fellow talent Alan Hender said on the desk, and to me when we were at Valencia. He said, listen, a lot of hype around Jam Young, very, very talented player, but Mercury, honestly, he's my GOAT. He's been absolutely nuts. First bullet aim, off the charts. And we saw some of it there. Great stuff. Jam Young removes the AK from the equation, so no armor anymore for that AK to play with. Just to spam through the smoke is all they can really do. But they have at least managed to take Mercury out of the round.
Yeah.
That one dig from Pulse, so that's something.
just to extend that point about Jamyang, the thing is he does have the experience, right? Like he played in Vici, he played with both Advent and Kaz. So he's cut his teeth at the higher level in Counter-Strike before. Mosier and Mercury, both rookies essentially.
Indeed.
They're
Kaze.
able to get quite far forward, by the way. Okay, but they're changing it up. It does crash question. Problem is, no utility makes this really difficult.
It is difficult. I mean, he's got the M4, right, and he's only 24 health, so it makes sense for him to be the player to sell the fake. 25 seconds, they can't afford to die after time in their situation, so they're going to have to go with this one. Advent in water with Jamyang to play off of him. That's a lovely lurk smoke for him to use. The Glock will come in, easily show, edge of his finger, and it's all they need to clean up this round. Counterblast alive, does get one more 1D, which is a really nice shot, and keeps the economy honest on Rare Atom as they have to rebuy 2 guns. But that is all they really get in the end. The rabbit looks happy.
I mean, your definition and my definition of happiness probably differs slightly after hearing you say that. But either way, I'll give it to you, mate. Brent, I don't think he's very happy right now, Trav. He's got a Galil with no head armor and no utility.
Yeah, indeed. That's not really the best that you could ever hope for in a round such as this. But I mean, it is a rifle, and we know that the Galil is pretty decent at the moment.
Yeah, I mean, definitely
1800.
the pick of the 2 rifles between their plumbers, right? You go Galil every single day of the week. That's easy.
For sure.
What is the approach here for Formel? Trying to get themselves in towards lowers right now. Mercury lies in wait. He's got the AK-47 in play, and he's going to get super aggressive. Able to find the first. Has the information. There's a second in the vicinity. Oh, man. Mercury going to be able to get that kill. And he's able to maintain the position here as well. I realized it actually was Mosier who got that frag. Yeah. So, chipping away. Must have been the wall bang, right?
It was, yeah, I believe so. From the edge of the B site. Tricky looking to try and finally trade Mercury, and he's managed to escape past the angle that he's holding, so has an easier position for him. Tricky takes him out. Nice frag. Mosier still on the site. Bren's looking to try and come back with a silent drop down toward water. That is the way to do it. Off the railing, onto the ledge, into the water is the silent way to keep your opponents guessing where you are. Mosier on that angle, on the edge of the railing on the site. 4v3, health is a little bit low, and they have to try and use 1 smoke to get in here.
Oh, that's the round over. There's
wild.
Only 20 seconds left remaining. Formal can't do anything about this. They can try and go monster, but now there's only 15 seconds left on the clock. They haven't even gotten the bomb into the site yet. C4's been dropped. Wonderful utility retention coming through here from Rare Atom, and it ends the round right there. And then as that smoke blooms, it's game over, and they just get fed to the Rare Atom players on that B bomb site. Easy kills to shut down the round, and they're looking really good right now.
Yeah, very solid. Parry yet to get off the board as well. That re-smoke, I can't believe they had that that final re-smoke with 25 seconds to go. It's just such a round killer for in any situation. You just always can't feel like you can run straight through it.
Yeah.
Cancelled them out.
That's why it's so important to try and bait out utility throughout the round, right? Maybe just show some presence on short around the minute mark to try and get the CTs to use those smokes. Mercury, he's clearly the point man. Not afraid to get aggressive. Crowley, that's a fantastic shot coming through from him. Mercury will definitely go down here as well. Spoiled for choice. He can't even get a single kill. Good for a bit of damage. Problem is the bombs drop towards lowers, so even if Formal gets side control, they won't be able to get the plant off the back of it. Probably a good idea to reassess the situation. Oh, that's a big kill at range there from Mosier. Takes down the AWP. Going to continue it here as well.
Oh, Crowney. He looked like he wanted to peek that with the AWP to get the insta-trade, but the fact he hasn't means it's allowed Mosier to creep up and play a big off angle, but he's continuing to swing, and that might be straight into the AWP. There it is. And just like that, with Bren's finding Jamyang, it's probably an impossible situation for Advent. Sure, every single one of these players is lacking a helmet, and it will help him get that first kill. But still 3 to find to win this one. He decides, listen, there's no chance here. Saving the M4 is important. I've got 6.1 in the bank. He spots Crowney, actually, on the angle. Jump spotted. That's smart stuff from Advent to make sure no one's holding him. He knew that Crownie got that kill toward long bathroom. Can he find a way to survive? There's information on 1. Out of ammunition. And tag down to 75. Should be pressured by Parry. There's no reason for him not to push this, considering they're about to win a round on the eco, which gives their economy a nice boost.
Yeah, that's true. I think they're better off just keeping all 3 of these guns in play at this point. You know, it's not like Rare Atom have a diabolical economy, so it's not like if you kill him, they're not going to be able to buy in the next round. And Advent actually does a really good job to stay alive there, doesn't he? He gets a kill as well. A nice little jump spot there, as you picked up on. Spot the AWP out, so he doesn't end up falling prey as he crosses too long. Just good awareness there in general from Advent. But what a sick round from Formel. Barely anything to work with, and they find their second of the half. That was great work, great deep shots.
Yes, even the main way they found success so far. Crownie looking good with the Deagle. Puts Marathon down to what will be their final buy if they don't find a way to save, of course. Mosier, the only one with a bit of excess cash in the bank. He's got the FAMAS in this one. Advent. Trying to play the angle on top of the railing so he sees feet first.
Yeah, Formal just playing out a bit of a default here right now, poking and prodding, getting some map control, working their way through lowers, making sure that there isn't any aggression over towards the B side of the map. Got a decent amount of real estate here with a minute left on the clock. Means they have options available. Couple skirmish is going to start to break out soon.
Long duel. Flash coming in. Mercury doesn't react to it as quick as I thought he would there. I feel like he wasn't super blind off the back of that. And he'll get caught, and so will Advent as well. Bren survives with 2 HP. It's going to be all Mosier. He's made a lot of noise around, guys. Should get pre-fired, and there we go. Good find from Crownie. Got all the information on the noise made there as he rotated back toward the back of the site, and that should be 3 for Formal. Bomb still in T-spawn. This makes it slightly scary. 20 seconds to get the bomb to the site.
Okay, he just makes it.
He makes it fine, for sure. But
only just.
Either way, that's always nervy, right?
A bit close for comfort, but they'll get the plant just in time. 3.5 seconds for a bomb plant, right? So
3.8.
That was easy. Yeah. That was comfortable. What are you sweating
comfortable
about?
By about 3.8 seconds. Like
But Formel are actually starting to build themselves a bit of a platform here on the T side, because there isn't any cash in the bank here for the CT side to buy in the next round. And this round was actually the most impressive out of the lot that they've won so far, because this was them just playing out the defaults and, taking map control, working as a unit. Getting that fight, winning that fight over towards Mercury was great, and then they were able to take down Advent in water. And those were sort of the 2-point men for Rare Atom, maintaining a bit of information and map control. Now, once those 2 guys went down, they were just lost for intel. Mosier tries to get something back with the FAMAS, but as you rightfully mentioned, Crownie had his information, had him located, and gets the kill. So, good round from Formal.
This is impressive. It's not a bad start whatsoever in this one. So far, even in these 8 rounds, I've been slightly more impressed with Formel than I have been with the other mixed team we have in this event, the Astronauts boys. I think this is a relatively good start. Long way to go. And you'd expect to see Rare Atom at least get 9 or 10 on the half, to be honest, considering their prowess. And how heavy favourites they are, considering the previous match they played against them. Of course, there was no other pass in that one. So this is new territory. These 2 teams.
Ooh.
Oh my goodness, they tried the boost and they get burnt off of it.
Yeah, that molly was so damn nice. Jam Young actually still going to be able to get a kill though. So at least he finds a frag. Obviously himself and Kaze, they have to be the 2 players to do the damage in this round. They're the ones who have the weapons in play. Would be great if he could get that M4 to Mosier, considering he still has armor as well. Full HP to his name.
Still, could be slightly concerned. Kaze is still alive. Any round can be won. Mercury will get found. Kaze is in position, and that's a lovely fast shot to a long bathroom. He's going to be rotating into the action as well. I don't think Formula are second guessing this one. I think they're going to commit to it. Or are they? One's running back already. They have the utility thrown in, and they are just going to dive down connector. Can Kaze rotate in quick enough? That is the question. Can he be in position toward heaven? Even if he is, he's going to be smoked off. It's Advent in water with the P250 to hold it off.
Needs at least one. Can he even get a frag? Yeah, Pulse is going to be clearing him out. Doesn't even land a single bullet, or he does, excuse me, but only 23 damage. Nothing to write home about. Yeah, that's a good point. Could allow Kaze to wreak some havoc from above. If I dare. Pulse's position. Oh my god, Mosier. That's such a fantastic deagle shot coming through from him. That's only going to be the impact he has, as he's been taken down now by Tricky. Brent's with the AK, going to try and get in on the act, not going to be able to. It means Tricky has to clutch. No kits in play, which means time is of the essence. Do they go for the double peek is the question. It's a beautiful bait, Travis. What a wonderful bait there. Jamyoung takes the attention towards the right side of Pillar from Rare Atom's perspective, and then Kaze just steps out on the left side and gets the kill.
Oh, Kaze's too quick for you. 3 kills. That kill onto the player that swung from default to peak bridge was so quick. Everything going Ratum's way in that one, and as you so rightly say, a perfect bait to set him up for the last as well. Very, very well played. Plenty of time for the defuse. Formal just caught off by the talent of Kaze there, and some great team play.
Ecos on ecos, man.
Yep,
ecos
indeed.
on ecos. And great work coming through there from both Kaze and Jamyoung. It must be said, they got 4 kills between the two of them in that round, and I mentioned they were the ones who had to do the heavy lifting. Look at Mercury. He is the point man. This guy has no fear. He knows no boundaries. He's going to see that gun barrel as well. He desperately wants to try and get the kill. Finally, Tricky will pop himself up, but this is where it becomes trouble for Mercury. What on earth? How has he been able to pivot 180 degrees and get that kill from Playground? Kaze desperately trying to fall back, but he's not going to be able to. In fact, he decides to use the smoking towards bathrooms. That's quite an interesting choice. Can't cross safely anymore. It's going to be on Power to try and deny him. Evades the flashbang, and he gets the kill. Kaze is on a tear.
Too good from Kaze. Again, another 2-man advantage. That flash is excellent as well. Forces Pulse off the angle to get Kaze back toward a safer angle on green bin or truck. His choice. And we have 2 Molotovs in the smoke to do anything about this as well. So I would say not really much to be done. That's a lovely peek from Mosier. Good trade actually from Pulse. That was a fast shot. And Mosier looking for the information. Takes it and drop the bomb in the process. It's in the view of Kaze, and he's in the right spot at the right time. 2 more kills for him. 12-2 for Kaze.
And Trav, let me tell you, he was pretty anonymous in their game against Sprouts. In fact, none of the individuals really pitched up in that series. It was Mosier who was the best, and he was 42 and 42, a net neutral kill difference there. Everybody else was negative. So the point is, nobody pitched up from an individual point of view. That's not the case here against Formal. However, we've got both Mosier and Kaze ripping heads right now. Jamyoung's looking good, and this is spelling problems for Formal. B-Rush. Let's go.
Yeah, I believe.
There's the matchmaking strat. Where's the bomb? Okay, no. I thought he was going towards the A side. Never mind.
I believe. Listen, Tech9s. You've seen them win some dirty rounds. They're almost on par with how it used to be at 2015 at this point, with how powerful the Tech9s are. And Pulse is actually chasing. Player rotating back toward the A site down, and he's bypassed Mercury. Surely Rare Atom realizes a bit of an opening there. They have to plug. But Pulse has made his way all the way up. He could have a backstab toward B. Unfortunately, rotation's coming in. That's going to be a hard shot to hit, and he gets caught. Yeah, that's unlucky. If he maybe got to the left-hand side of Dice, there would have been a better chance. But, of course, that is very, very hindsight-based information that I'm providing for you there. It's all Crowny 1v5 with just the Tech9.
Yeah, they probably would have been better off just committing to that B-bomb site from the get-go. I wonder if the bomb, having gone towards low, as if maybe that was a bit of a misplay, and that's why they decided to put the brakes on. Maybe it was because Jamyoung got that kill at the start of the round. Either way, once you pull out, you've just got nothing to try and fall back on. No utility, no weaponry to contest, and on a map like Overpass, it's just near impossible. But going back to what you were saying there about Tech9 2015, that's there's one player that comes to mind, and it's Olaf Meister and his clutch on, or his ace rather, on Cobblestone against Na'Vi. That's just incinerated into my memory. And I've got a theory that he is the reason that they actually nerfed the Tech9. I think it was just Olaf Meister alone. He was just too strong with the gun.
Yep, indeed.
Can't nerf the player, so you got to nerf the gun.
Yeah, very true. Very true indeed. Mercury. Going back into that position again. Near the edge of the... Oh my goodness, I was about to say. He went very aggressive there with the help of a bit of utility, but gets his head ripped off by Tricky on the AWP. 5v4. Kaze.
Oh, Kaze's in trouble. He's in big trouble here, but he spots Pulse out. He gets the information, and he's been able to just get around the corner. This guy knows his boundaries and his limits so damn well. Is he going to be able to get back to safety is the question. Yes, a smoke comes through towards the divider. 4v5 though, advantage Formal.
Yep, I have a chance to make something happen with this one now. 5v4, plenty of utility available as well. Looking to get parry off the mark. 0 and 10 so far. Jamyang with the off angle toward the back of Monster. Ready and ready to go. That flash will come in and it's absolutely spot on. Great utility. Sure, parry hasn't got any kills, but that's a high quality assist with that flashbang. Now Advent in water is very much stuck. About to keep it dry as well. There we go. 4v2. Kaze does get one back, but it's most likely a save in this scenario.
Yeah, I don't think that they have any inclination to go for this one. Maybe just looking for some exit frags to try and chip away at Formal's economy, but no chance at winning it. So another well-worked round coming through there from Formal. I mean, you know, showing that presence and applying some pressure towards Fountain and Bathrooms, forcing Kaze back into the site. They actually drew a bunch of rotations up to that A-bomb site, didn't they? There were 3 players there at one point, and then Advent went back towards Heaven. Jamyang was, you know, left to his own devices, and that's the one problem with that position is you're so vulnerable to the flash play. Kaze, turn your headphones up!
Oh dear.
Mate. Your sound too low.
Unfortunate, but still, no worries. He's only died twice in this game so far before that one, so 13 and 3,
true.
plenty of money to rebuy the AWP. Only a few rounds left in the half, should be okay, no worries at all. And Form will get 4 at least on T side, which is pretty decent considering. They'll be pretty happy with that.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, that's... Oh my god, Mercury. This guy just only knows one game plan, and that's just all-out aggression. All gas, no brakes. Probably going to start to reel it in a little bit after the lack of tests he's had in these past few attempts, I think.
Yeah.
Costing his team just ending up in these 4 versus 5s in like the first 15 seconds of the round. Mosier should be heard here as well, but it doesn't matter.
That was a pre-fire and a half. Lovely check.
Do you think their W key is just like taped down right now? Is that what's going on?
Quite possibly. Oh, this is India. He's going to, but it's very telegraphed, unfortunately. It smacks him in the chest. They hear the sound cue of that, and he gets the frag. But that's a way to get onto the scoreboard for Parry, destroying Kaze on the angle. Now, Advent's under a lot of pressure. Has to relocate very quickly as well, but they are making their way down connector. Sharpish will be walking into the defense on the B site of Mosier. What can he do with this one?
Interesting smoke grenade he ends up deploying there. Doesn't actually throw it in towards Short itself. He bounces it off the wall intentionally. Now this covers him from Monster, and he can spot anybody crossing from Short, but he's going to have to do a lot more than just drop a cute smoke. Playing on the site right now. Oh, intelligently positions himself such that they don't spot him when they cross the site, and they do sort of clear that part of the map. Advent throws the exact same smoke. Should be able to deny the pass at the bare minimum. 17 seconds left to play for or with, but he exposes himself going aerial. And that's another round for Formal. That's 5. That's what I sort of suggested would be the bare minimum. And they're actually going to play against an eco round here. So 6 is absolutely on the cards.
Yeah, genuine chance at making this a very representative half. We're at them. Still favour them on T, even though it's a CT-studded map. But either way, this is a pretty good start in the series from Formal. At the moment, it's going to be a good choice to go to Overpass first, rather than playing the same maps as they did against these guys the other day. And as you say, in round 14, considering this is a full force buy for Rare Atom,
yeah,
I mean, 2 M4s, sure, but if they lose this one and don't save anything, they're going to be left with nothing going into the final round of the half.
Yeah, that's kind of why I just made the assumption that they would be ecoing here with Rare Atom and Formal would have a free round, but 8-7 is actually a very realistic prospect at this point, especially if Formal can win this round right here, right now. Mercury wants to get aggressive off the back of the flashbang. He will be able to come out on top of that fight with Crownie, and Kaze gets a kill as well. Backs against the wall here for Rare Atom, but they're still thriving, Trav. Mercury, mate, this guy is so much fun to watch, Trav. Got a lot of like Fur-esque type of approach on the CT side of Overpass, you know. Back in the SK, Luminosity gaming days, Fur was a monster, and I see that in Mercury right now as well.
Again, he's playing that same angle that worked for him so well earlier on. Gets a lovely kill toward parry again. Looks like that. It's a 5v2. Great start. Mercury,
oh my goodness,
another frag from that position, and he even finishes it off with a 4K. A lovely quad on the round for Mercury. Puts his kill total up to 12. Very tasty stuff again from him. So good.
Yeah. I prefer the aggression we saw out of him in that round compared to the previous few rounds. It was just like all out swinging fountain, because this was a little bit more calculated, right? He's in a position towards Divider where he can hear the audio cues. He calls for the flashbang at the perfect timing, able to isolate that fight with Crownie. Then he continues to just fall his way back, but he takes the fights as he falls back. So I feel like that was much better decision making out of him.
For sure. I mean, it's still not the perfect 5 out of the half for either team, honestly. Both actually ended up with both teams being a bit rough around the edges going into round 15. Kaze Scout, Jamyoung Famas, parry only on the Deagle. Mercury looking to do some more work from Divider.
Formal squandering a big opportunity, Trav, by losing that 14th round. That was 8-7 on a silver platter. Mercury gonna go 1-for-1. Not sure if you could say, say that was worth it. Generally speaking, we say 1-for-1 trades favor the T side, especially with so much time left on the clock. Fortunately for Powery, he's only got a Desert Eagle here in this round. So, yeah, a bit of a lack of weaponry might come back to help haunt them as this BX gains some traction.
Advent in water. Some early damage. Jamyoung toward Toxic, looking to make some more damage happen as well. Advent staying alive in water is proving to be a big problem. Tricky tagged down to 2 HP as well. Jamyoung does get found, but Advent again picks at exactly the right time. And it's all down to Tricky, 2 HP, as I said, on that AWP, being held by Kaze, and it's a Scout to finish it off. Brilliant half again from Rare Atom. In the end, Kaze finishes it off with only 4 deaths. Great stuff from the AWPer again on Rare Atom, and we're going to see if they can close out Overpass after the break.
Beautiful life. It's a beautiful life, don't you think? It's a beautiful life. It's a beautiful life, don't you think? If we go down, we go down in history. If we go down, we go down in history. If we go down, if we go down, if we go down, we go down in history. If we go down, we go down in history. It's a beautiful life. It's a beautiful life, don't you think? It's a beautiful life. It's a beautiful life, don't you think? If we go down, we go down in history. If we go down, we go down in history. If we go down, if we go down, if we go down, we go down in history. beautiful life. It's a beautiful life, don't you think? It's a beautiful life. It's a beautiful life, don't you think? It's a beautiful life. It's a beautiful life, don't you think? If we go down, we go down in history. If we go down, we go down in history.
Another 10-5 half, the third consecutive 10-5 half on the stream that we've had today. So certainly just history repeating itself. Let's see if we're going to have another 16-7. That would just be uncanny, Trav. Rare Atom here on their opponent's map pick have a 10-5 lead. Can Formal fight back on the CT side?
Yep, indeed. Let's see if they can make something happen with this one. Advent has the utility. They're going to make their way up connector, up through mid as well, and that's an excellent start for Mercury. Tricky does manage to nab one before he falls back to truck with his teammate, and there are still 3 on the A bomb site for Formal, so they're pretty well set up, and Pulse will deal with Mosier as he tries to fake long as well. I feel like Rare Atom haven't really decided exactly what they want to do as of yet.
Double fake.
Yeah.
Fakes on fakes. Does look like they're going to be going back up towards the A bomb site here, but Formal have caught wind of this. They realize what's going on right now, so they've still got 2 players towards the A bomb site. Man advantage in play as well should be enough for them to get across the line, especially with these USPs in their advantage, in their favor. Flash does allow them to start to close the gap here for Rare Atom, but there we go. Pulse gets the kill. Mercury finds a trade, but now the rotation's coming up in towards the A bomb site. Should still be Formal's round for the taking. Kaze desperately trying to get another gunfight in his favor. Mercury's going to be able to do exactly that. Oh my god, what on earth is happening?
Wow.
Mercury's found a second. It's down to a 1 versus 1. Kaze's got the bomb as well.
Oh, so tight. This is such a difficult angle to face as well. Parry, 3 kills in this game alone so far. Any impact frags at this point, winning a round single-handedly for your team can be so impactful. Kaze's going to stick it. Footsteps heard. Forces Kaze off the plant. And it's just going to be a clean duel right now. I say clean, it's very nervy. And Parry hits the headshot. Huge headshot for him as well. And his team. 10-6. That could be a way back in.
Yeah, I love there that Kaze just decided, yeah, I'm not going to win this with the bomb plant. I'm going for the gunfight. Pushed all his chips into the middle of the table, but unfortunately it just doesn't work out in his favor. Powery winning a vital clutch. You know, all his previous transgressions probably going to be forgiven at that point. Vital pistol round goes the way of Formal as they begin their campaign here on their CT side.
Indeed. Of course, forced by Rare Atom, as you would expect. They've got an AK, a Galil, Scout. Tech 9 Deagle for this one. Very dangerous buy. Tricky on a Scout of his own as well. So it's not even a too dissimilar round when it comes to the weaponry. Jam Young.
Trav, did I just have a lapse in concentration? Did they get implant there? They didn't, right? That was not...
I thought they... Wait. That's a good question now. Now you've put a doubt in my mind.
I'm pretty sure there was no plant there, Trav. I'm just looking at the weapons that they've got.
Yeah, true. There wasn't. You're absolutely right. I've just remembered. Yeah, I've processed it in my brain again and there was no plant. So, yeah, no armor on Jam Young or Kaze. That makes sense with this buy. They managed to get 1 AK and 1 Galil off of it. But still, like, the amount of kills they got, I guess, influenced the money they got to be able to buy this. So, good point.
Precisely.
Very good point.
Okay, well, they've got a decent set of weaponry to work with here in the second round. Applying some significant pressure here to Formal. Tricky in position with this Scout, going to go up against his opposite number, and he comes out on top. Lack of armor for Kaze means that Scout is basically a
Yeah, well played. Crowney gets one more with the MP9 as well, close up. Mercury, quick trade though. Now Pulse, as long as he doesn't get run down, he should be alright. And there we go, gets himself 2 for that. Out of bullets though. Jam Young does pick up the AK, but he's stuck between Divider and the player directly behind him in Pulse as well. But in the end, taking Brenz is still pretty decent. No armor, as I said, for Jam Young on this clutch, so one more kill would be lovely. But he might just save the AK. 6 seconds to go. Makes sense.
Yo, can we talk about his knife for a second, please? What a beautiful knife-glove combination. Even got the stat track Fire Serpent, although not
Indeed.
that that's not his AK. But that Stiletto Sapphire is quite a spectacle, Trav. 10-7, big round being won there by Formal, able to deal with everything that Rare Atom threw at them. Good kills coming through there. Firstly, the scout from Tricky, just nice and patient on the angle, and then Crowny, getting aggressive with the MP9, gets himself a couple frags, or at least a kill and a lot of damage. So that just set the round instead for Formal. And now they're going to be going up against the full eco. Is still that AK in play, and Mosey has actually bought up armor to play with that AK, so maybe, just maybe, something for them to work with. Does look like Crowny is going to be sort of fulfilling a similar role to what we saw out of Mercury. There's that AK coming into play immediately. Mosier adds a 16th to his tally. They could recover that A1S as well before they decide to commit to any executes. Yeah, I think that's the correct choice.
Yeah, Brens does manage to get one though at least, so that's something, but these rounds are still so dangerous. Everyone on Rare Atom feel like just if you peek them, you could have your head ripped off in a matter of seconds. Milliseconds. I'm going to be going back down connector actually, and they're going to both make it down. Oh, I'm about to say both make it down silently, but Kaze makes some noise.
Kaze. Gonna have to watch some tutorials, mate. Yeah, you're good at AWPing, but the silent drop, not so much. Mercury needs the rifle here, by the way. He needs to get the A1S from Jamyoung, because Jamyoung doesn't have armor, and Mercury does.
Yeah, they almost forgot the bombing connector there as well, by the way.
The trick. Yeah, a bit of an important piece there, lads. When it comes to Monster, it's all about the timing. Power, he actually does spot up Kaze towards the tunnel, and he sees Mercury swinging out. Big trade does come through from Mosier. Oh, okay. Got excited there for a second after he gets the third kill in the round. Not a bad result for Rare Atom, all things considered, Trav. When we consider the fact that it was pretty much an eco round. I mean, Mosier's still going to be able to buy it. Only Jamyoung's going to have to settle for the Galil. So 3 kills in an eco, they'll take that.
Indeed, well played. Not too bad. We have to accept those. Rare Atom 10-8. Formal with a perfect start to the CT half. 3 opening rounds for them. Clean start, clean transition from the pistol victory to winning against both those 2 rounds, which were a little bit scary with what Rare Atom managed to muster with those kill reward bonuses. But now we have a full strength buy apart from Jamyoung's Deagle. Tricky still on that scout as well, saving up for that AWP. He has enough money for one, but he's gonna wait for it for the next round. Doesn't need it.
Oh man. Yeah. God, that was a fantastic shot onto Mercury to open up the account here for Formal. You consider the fact that, as you mentioned, it's the first full gun round. It's a great opportunity for Formal to continue to build on this foundation that they've created on the CT side. And they're being proactive as well, not giving Rare Atom an inch for free, forcing them to fight for every bit of map control they seek. Now they have to fall back on the basic D execute, but that molly's burning Mosier. He's even completely blinded. He stood no chance as he came through on the other side. Sure, Advent gets a trade, but he's not long for this world either. 10-9. Formal showing flames here on the CT side right now.
Yeah, this is where you have to be slightly worried now if you're Rare Atom, of course. T-side overpass, if you don't get a good start, can often get out of control like this. Great stuff from Formal so far. I've been impressed with Pulse. I've been impressed with a couple of really important kills from Crowny as well. Yeah, this is an interesting situation that Rare Atom are now in. We could have an even game at 10 apiece coming in a matter of moments. They were so impressive on that CT side, but probably be thinking to themselves, well, we could have probably made it 11-4, maybe even better than what it was. And I might be coming back to, I'll be thinking about that and thinking, oh, well, if it was better, maybe we wouldn't be in this situation. Coming back to bite them a little bit, perhaps. Just pistols and utility in this round. Formal looking solid.
Rare Atom are yet to really show us anything to get excited about T side, Trav. It's been pretty vanilla so far. So Maybe here they can make something happen. I do like the plan in this round. Did you notice how they smoked the molly towards Playground early on, sort of inferring that they were trying to gain some early control towards Fountain? Just means that Formal have to keep 2 players committed towards the A site, and now we're going to be seeing the all-out burst into the B bomb site. Extra lost bonus means they can afford the utility. Brains does get the first kill, but he has to reload, so that committed spray costs him his life. Powery, though, gets a fantastic lineup, and even though he's lost his life, he's done more than enough damage. Cole still maintains full control. Kaz has been spotted out, and he has been taken down. Scores are level.
Just like that. It's a close game once again. Formal showing some decent stuff at the moment. Much more impressed with this group than I am of the astronauts earlier on so far, at least. It's interesting, isn't it? Because these two mixed teams have multiple players that have played with each other a lot in the past, right? So it's if they somehow in some way face each other in the lower bracket, which is looking very unlikely, but still, it would be pretty funny. Still though, this game's now in the balance. Rare Atom,
It absolutely
10 on the
is.
board. But already losing the opening pick again. Kaze, the AWPing battle goes Tricky's way.
Yeah, Tricky's been fairly passive so far here on the CT side. That's the first time we've seen him get very aggressive from the onset of the round, and it's such a great time to bring that strategy into fruition as well. You know, scores level, vital round for Rare Atom, and he's already inflicted some serious damage. And look at Powery, he's ready for this boost up to come through, but actually good attention to detail there. Rare Atom throw the flashbang to force him off of that angle before they commit. And that's just an example of evolution, right? Because that boost very rarely went checked by the CTs on the B-bomb side. Then it became a thing exactly as we saw there from Powery, just to hold that angle and wait for it. So, you know, that's now led to teams having to flash it before they commit. So just interesting to see how those things progress.
Indeed. Friends. Oh, if he sprayed that, he could have a chance. He might just peek into it anyway. He was low HP and is taken out. Good recovery from Rare Atom. It's going to be a B play. 30 seconds to go. They're in the site already. Powery looking to try and get the frag, but somehow Jamyoung gets that headshot, and because he jumps into water, it activates his teammate to help out. Tricky misses that shot close up as well. Trying to go for this 1v3. Very quick up towards short actually, but now he's smoked off. And some quick fireworks on the entries again from Rare Atom. That's what they're known for. Is going to get them back the lead.
How on earth does Jamyoung get that kill? I am literally clueless as to how he's able to get that frag. Jumping into the bomb site, able to adjust onto Powery. I'm not sure if my mouse would survive if I'm Powery in that situation. That's the problem with the wireless mice, Trav. You just pick it up and you can just thrash it across the room into your wall. And probably just hopefully have a spare in the drawer ready and waiting. But yeah, that was crazy from Jamyoung, and great work from Mosier as well. I mean, he's the one player who hasn't really dropped off of a cliff coming into the second half here, still continuing to plug away. Mercury doing a pretty good job as well. 11-10, as you say. Rare Atom regain the lead here on Overpass and apply a little bit more pressure back onto the CT side. At least they've been able to get some kills in these rounds that they've been losing. So it means Formal's economy isn't magnificent, right? Lose this round and it's an eco. That's 13-10 afterwards before they get to buy again. So yeah, Formal's certainly not out of the woods by any stretch of the imagination.
Absolutely. Yeah, short. You get jumped at by the MP9 though. And that's a way to activate your teammate for a frag.
Yeah, I think you still take that if you're Rare Atom, to be honest. It is the star player that goes down, which does kind of suck, but 1-for-1 trade is always decent. Crowny at least gets a bit of information. I don't know if he was spotted on the cross. Advent might have the timing here as he comes out of lowers as well. So how do Rare Atom approach business from this position? That needs to be recovered. Oh my god. The flashbang completely blinds up Mercury, and although he will end up being traded by Tricky, at least he gets a kill before he goes down. Oh, Tricky spotted him falling back there,
yeah.
Trav.
I think so.
Yeah, that's immediately. Powery immediately started rotating down towards the B-bomb side. He was able to peek behind the curtain, get some vital information as a result.
3v3 though, 40 seconds to go. Kaze looking to chuck in that heaven smoke. Should be good. There we go. Now, rotation's going to have to come in toward the B site. Gemmin looking to entry, walks right into the burst of Pulse. Now a lot of pressure on Kaze. They know exactly where he is. Should get forced back and is all down to Advent. Very low HP. Finished off by Parry. He's stepped up on the CT side after a very poor T half. And we're back even again at 11 each. Rare Atom can't string them together.
That was a nice setup there between Pulsey and Powery. Bait and the attention being taken towards the barrels. It meant that when Kaze was coming through Monster to try and trade his teammate, he was firmly focused on that part of the bomb site, and it meant that Powery up close could just wide swing and get that kill. So nice setup there between the two of them. Scores level once again, and this game is absolutely in the balance, man. How do Rare Atom try and get back to winning ways? If they lose this round for the first time, they will be playing from behind here on Overpass. They've been struggling to try and find those opening picks. Only won one round so far here on this T side. Often falling prey to Tricky Zorp in the earlier stages.
Yeah, it's interesting that Formel side are running two M4A4s as well. They've switched off of it. Two of their players have at least. Tricky, another opening with his AWP. Good stuff. Bren's creeping closer with the MP9 as well. There's a gap in the door though, and I think Advent might have spotted him. It calls the information over to Mosier, and he gets that frag easily. 23 kills now for Mosier in this one. Parry on Dildo, looking to try and defend the site. Insta headshot from Jamyoung. Perfect stuff from him. Pulse gets one more, looking for a second, but again, it's Jamyoung to make it happen. 3v2, missed flick from Tricky. This is going to be a hard retake.
Yeah, that was the shot Tricky desperately needed to land that kill to get them into the 2 versus 2. Jamyoung smartly repositions himself. I don't think Crownie actually spotted him out there. There are kits, or at least a kit in play. A flash and a smoke on Tricky. He's repositioned himself towards heaven to try and catch one of these players off guard, but none of the Rare Atom players offering themselves up. And I actually really like this from Jamyoung, because Crownie's been spamming the wood. He knows that there's actually a good chance that he can set himself up there and catch them off guard. But Formal, they're going to pull the plug. Someone pressed tab, saw the lack of money in the account, and probably suggested saving the guns. That's exactly what they're going to do.
Good stuff. Jamyoung does go down to the bomb.
Explosion.
But
oof.
It's not the end of the world. I mean, it's about to say, like, it's a little bit rough, considering it's, again, like, the rounds are going back and forth, right? So the economy is not too great. But still, they can drop fine and be relatively alright. But it is quite a big difference surviving with 3 alive as opposed to surviving with 2 alive. So a little bit of a rough mistake, but it's fine. He's the main man that actually got them through that round with some quick fire entries. So he's done his job. And now they're only 1 round away from breaking the Formel economy as well. Look at that. 5-7, MP9, M4 FAMAS, and the saved AWP on Tricky. Well then, can they do anything with it?
Yeah, Rare Atom desperately need to win this round, Trav. Yeah, that was unfortunate. Mosier going to be thanking his lucky stars, but he's certainly not safe just yet. Formal continuing with this aggressive stance here towards short. We've seen this a number of times throughout the half so far. It's Tricky's AWP on point. Should have an easy frag, and does.
He's been really great at these opening frags on the CT half as Tricky.
Yeah, true.
I think that might be the 3rd or 4th already on CT with the AWP. There was definitely one toward Kaze and one before this one, so that's definitely 3. Nice swing from Crownie, but he hits the dink on toward Mercury. I thought that would have been enough for the frag, hitting one more bullet. Not to be though. Tricky again gets a second. Now Jamyoung needs to be activated from long because his teammate Mercury's been taken out. Just like that, it's a 2v4. And these rounds continue to go back and forth. Kaze almost hitting that wallbang straight through dice. Tricky actually does clock onto the fact that Jamyoung's coming through long, but 2 more headshots from Jamyoung. He's absolutely insane, and he gets a 3rd as well. Suddenly, just like that, it's a 1v1 though. Kaze close up with the pistol. It's going to be a pistol fight, and he spams him down with the Glock. What a 1v1 battle that was. Oh boy, oh boy. Rare Atom, thanks to Jamyoung and Kaze, steal 13.
What did we just witness? That is the most comical series of events I've seen today. Oh my god, I can't believe how that round unfolds. Jamyoung is such a beast. Alan Hender knows what he's talking about, Trav. That was an insane round coming through from him pushing up long. He had to be the hero. There was no other way Rear Atom were going to be able to win that round, but the fact that he actually gets the job done is insane. My god, there was so many stars that needed to align for that to work out, but Jamyoung makes the stars align. That was not luck. That was a lot of skill, man. Great play coming through there from Jamyoung. Very impressive. And then Kaze with the Glock. I mean, he must have been so grateful when he saw Brent switching to the USP there. Running out of ammo with the FAMAS. Oh, God. And this is Rare Atom's prime opportunity trap to get up to 14-11.
Yeah.
Not going to get easier than this.
What a round to win as well in that situation. What did I say about the economy being on the edge for Formel and they win the round like that? Ridiculous. Such a big round to win. They just to make sure they don't die to these pistols because there's a double walk with the USPs here. Could catch actually. Advent in the back. There we go. There's information. Advent switches around as if he's shocked with that one, but he still gets one from it, which is critical. Makes it a lot more comfortable a situation. And that's 14 for Rare Atom. Oh wow, that previous round's going to live long in the memory. I feel like for the Formal boys.
Yeah, absolutely. Formal going to be kicking themselves. I mean, we have been singing Rare Atom and specifically Jamyoung's praises for winning that round, but Formal dropped the ball, don't they? Tricky missed that shot, I guess, if you really want to put the mantle on one person. And we have been singing his praises, but Tricky was holding that angle towards long, and it was a fairly elementary shot for him to connect, and he just missed it. So that's what really set Jamyoung's spree into streak. 14-11, must-win round for Formal. It's do or die here, Trav.
It is indeed. No AWP available either, and that's what Tricky's been using to great effect to get these opening picks as well. So that's a big threat that FOM will no longer have to deliver.
Yeah, true. Been such a strong instrument in Formal's arsenal, especially in finding those opening frags. Gonna have to settle for the rifle on this occasion. Rare Atom look like they're starting to gravitate in towards that B bomb site. Yeah, that's quite a unique audio cue.
Gotta say, when he jumped in connector there and he landed, that's not the noise I expected to hear.
No,
no one jumps in that spot.
Yeah, that's not a common one.
Here we go, though.
It is actually a good decision from Formal. Yeah, stacked up 4 players on the B bomb site, able to get that first kill yet again. Could be more coming through from Brent. He runs out of ammo. Not the first time that's happened to him either. But everybody's here. All 4 of the remaining Formal players are on this bomb site. This should be impenetrable. But it isn't. What's going on? Kaze gets a kill. Jamyoung gets a frag as well. It's only Pulse and Crowny left remaining. Bombard's going to get secured here. Crowny can't deny it, but he's at least able to get the kill, as does Pulse. And that rescues it into a 2v2.
Yeah, Bomb has gone down there, and this is a tough situation for Advent. It's basically going to be all on Mercury. If Advent gets one kill here, it would be a miracle, and he can't. Tap on the bomb comes in, but there is no kick. Can Mercury fake out the time? So much damage done to both these two players. Oh, he got that one by accident as Crowny crosses the angle, and now he can just play time against Pulse. Oh my goodness. Surely there's no time for this one. Has to tap it again. Flash comes in. Mercury's playing with the angle. 1 bullet needed on the eyeless player, and he just about gets the frag, but it doesn't matter. Oh my goodness, Mercury. Humongous clutch again. Formal. They even died to the bomb to finish it off to add insult to injury. Those last 2 rounds are going to be heartbreakers.
I mean, Trav, they had everybody on that B bomb site. That was it should have been impregnable, but still, they are able to make it work from Rare Atom's perspective. Super sick round coming through from them. I mean, just great kills. And I love what you mentioned there from Mercury. He was committing to the spray through the smoke in case Crowny was sticking the defuse. And as Crowny peeks out, because he's already shooting, it's so much easier for him to transfer. He doesn't have to start from scratch in terms of getting those bullets out the gun. Just has to move the mouse ever so slightly, lands 1 bullet, gets the kill, and now it's 15-11. 4 match points here for Rare Atom. Crowny getting aggressive, but it's Mercury in his face once again. He just can't avoid Mercury. Tricky, unfortunately, only has a scout, which means it's going to be a bit of damage done to Jamyoung, but he's lost his life as well, and things are falling apart at the seams here for Formal.
v3. to finish off map 1 in what would be pretty insane fashion. 2 nutty rounds, and that is ridiculously unlucky timing with that flash from Mosier. Goodness me, Advent caught off on that one. And there were still 3 players on A. Rare Atom are walking into the stack again here.
Oh my god, surely this time Formel are at least going to be able to put up a defense. They have to keep themselves alive here on Overpass. Damn, actually seems like Rare Atom want to pull the plug on this. They've got Mosier, who's making his way up. Wait, what? He's just completely turned now. Powery, that is not great spatial awareness at all. At least Brent is able to get the trade. Not only that, he gets a second. Jamyang, though, and Kaze are going to be the players to finish off the round, and with that, the map.
Absolutely unbelievable finish. Again, look at the health. 32 HP between the two of them to finish that off as well. Goodness me. What an end to that map. 3 rounds in a row that could have gone either way. We could have been in overtime by now already. Wow. What an end.
Insane. And Formel only really have themselves to blame, Trav. It's not like Rare Atom were just like beasts on the T side and steamroll.